Can we do that? Take some question and answers. If you have question, you can do it, through the chat, or if you raise your hand, maybe you can ask a question, turning your mic on. 대신 보살님, 괜찮아요? So if anyone has any questions about anything, human relationships or meditation or whatever.
Everybody, please keep. Next, we have a Q&A session.
If you have any question, please raise your hand.
I'm sorry, can you say again? No, you need to turn your mic on.
Yeah.
Your mic is not, okay.
I will speak it again.
Okay.
In COVID-19 situation,
Yes.
many people complain that the stress level became higher.
Yes.
Because the children are not going to school.
Oh, right.
And their business is not very good in comparison to before.
Right.
And some people are not going to their office, working at home.
Right.
So their interaction become more than before. That means the spouses demand each other more than before. Children are clinging to parents, demanding more than before.
Yes.
So their stress level has become really higher than before.
Yes.
So what would you say to them?
I say
to fix that situation?
Yeah, I'd say leave the house. Get out of the house and go for a walk.
That's not possible.
That's not possible? You can go for a walk. I mean, sometimes there's 3 ways to deal with this situation. 3 ways. First is avoid the person. Avoid as much as possible. Because family members, like for example, we had the 설날, the Lunar New Year holiday, right? So if you go to your parents, to Busan or whatever, then what happens? You get arguments, or you get some kind of, they yell at you, or they nag, nag, yeah, like they make it's not very helpful for oneself, not helpful for others, So number one is avoidance. It's okay to avoid people, but with kindness, not with haughtiness, but with kindness. We have to be kind, but we can avoid others. It's okay. This is a method. That means leave the house. That means don't go to the house very often. Maybe go late at night and sleep. Early morning, leave. It's okay. This is okay. This is one method, avoidance. Okay. Second method is change the situation. In other words, like change the situation, like learn from the situation, like learn to learn compassion. Yeah. So the second path is compassion. The first is avoidance. Second one is compassion. Learning to be compassionate. Now this is very hard, right? Very, very difficult. Learning to be compassionate. In order to be compassionate, we have to let go of our kind of reactivity, let go of our emotions, and then learning to be compassionate. In other words, this takes some kind of a great deal of awareness. Awareness. It's not easy to do, and it's like, learning compassion, learning to understand. Compassion means understanding their perspective, understanding from their perspective, what they are feeling, what they are going through. So, and this if we can learn compassion from our relationships, then we will change a great deal. We'll become really soft and gentle and much better person. But learning compassion in relationship is very difficult, very, very difficult. Not easy. But if you can do it, then it's very, very beneficial. And the third situation is complete acceptance. In other words, no resistance. Just accept our situation. Accept our situation with our family, with our friends. We are with our family for a reason. There's a strong karmic connection with our parents, with our spouses, with our children, with our friends. We have very strong karmic connection. So having this strong karmic connection, so we have to respect our karmic connections. We have to respect. We have to accept, and we have to how do you say? In other words, having no resistance. No resistance means, or acceptance means, don't make a fuss. Don't make a fuss about being there. Don't make a fuss. Don't complain. That is what is meant by acceptance. Is just accept. Just live. Together, and this also takes a great deal of awareness. So there's 3 paths. Okay, first one, avoidance. Second path, compassion. And the third path is acceptance. So this is the way to deal with any kind of human relationship. It's not. And I just want to say that whatever we experience in life, in particular the difficulties in life, let's say, like COVID-19, or maybe financial difficulties, or maybe some kind of bad reputation, or some kind of illness, or conflicts with others. These are all actually, if we can learn from them, they are very, very beneficial for us. We as human beings, like having lots of money, having lots of fame or popularity or power, this is not good for human beings. This makes human beings kind of rotten. But what is good for human beings is the difficulties, or the adversities, like suffering, disease, or conflicts, if we can learn from them. If we can learn from that difficulty. If we cannot learn from the difficulty, then it's no help. Then it's not helpful. But if we can learn from the difficulties, then these are very, very beneficial for us. And what's important is, when the difficulty arises, is not to fall into negativity and not give up. That is really the key point. All of our obstacles in life happens because we give up. We give up on humans, others. We give up on the situation. And giving up, it causes all the obstacles. But if we don't give up, then we have this infinite potential, which is called the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature is the infinite potential. We can recover from everything. So recovering is the measure of a man. It is not the person becomes a genuine human being, not by success, but how we handle the failure. Not by not having any arguments with our relatives, but how we handle how we make up after the argument. How we fix the problem. That is the key moments of our life. The key moments of our life is when we fall down. Is when we fall down. These are the key moments of our life. And if we can learn in the times that we are down, the times we are depressed, the times we have illness, the times we have financial difficulty, at these times are the key moments of our lives. How we handle them will shape who we are and will shape our future happiness. And this is the way also, the best way to to improve our character and become better human beings, become stronger human beings. This is the strength, mental strength is we need difficulties in order to gain mental strength. Physical strength, we need something difficult, right? Physical strength, we need something difficult. Same with mental strength. In order for us to get mental strength, we need some difficulty. And the keys to dealing with difficulties is to not have a negative view on the difficulty. For example, poverty, some financial difficulty. Oh, it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity to flex your mental muscle and to become stronger. To not give up. It's a very good opportunity. Let's say disease. Disease also, very good opportunity. Very good opportunity to gain mental strength, to not give up, to, practice patience, And what else? Like if someone says bad thing or conflicts with relationships, we just cannot give up on relationships. That's the point. We want to give up. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to turn our back and say, 잘 먹고 잘 살아라. It's okay. It's very easy. It's very easy. But what is difficult and what will change us is to face the situation and say, I will resolve it with compassion. I will not give up on her or him. I will not give up on this relationship. I will not give up on this kind of course, sometimes, I'm not saying don't, never leave a person, because sometimes we have to leave a person. If it's a very toxic relationship, it's better to leave the situation. Sometimes. But what I'm saying is, when the situation, when there's a conflict, like with our parents, the way we handle that conflict, and that will shape who we are. And that is the key moments of our lives, how we handle them. So the point in the relationships, the important thing is to not give up on others, not to say, okay, you go your way, we say burn bridges, right? Burn the bridge. Don't burn the bridge. Never give up on others. This is the promise of the Bodhisattva, is to not ever give up on anyone. Of course, that doesn't mean sometimes you have to leave them. That sometimes you need that. But I'm saying mentally or emotionally, it means you don't ever make them into a bad person. Okay, so we'll take some more questions. It looks like there's a few more questions.
Sunim, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many members left message through a chatting window.
Yeah. I'm looking at those right now.
Yes, I think maybe.
We
We don't have enough time. So, if possible, please read fast and then briefly answer.
Okay, I'll
I'm sorry.
I'll keep the answers brief.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So next question. Let's see. 질문이 있는데요. 예전에 용수님 알아차림이 있는 순간이 업장소멸이 된다고 하셨는데, 그래서 마음이 올라올 때 저 자신의 마음을 보려고 하는데, 직장에서 다양한 배경을 가진 사람들이 있다 보니 상대에게 무시당했다는 기분이 들어서 막 싫은 마음이 들었는데 제 마음이 일어나는 걸 알아차리려고 해보니 상대를 무시하고 있더라고요. 이런 게 제 패턴인 것 같아요. 이런 것도 중독되는 것 같아요. 볼 수 있을까요? 오케이.
우리말이 더 어려워요. 영어.
So the question is that let's see. 제 마음에서 일어나는 걸 알아차리고 제가 은근히 마음 아보 상대를 무시하고
읽어봤는데 무슨 말인지 모르겠더라고요.
Anyway,
Anyway.
the point is, okay, it's like when it's like this. It's like when someone like talks badly about us, or when someone ignores us. This is a very good opportunity for us to practice awareness and practice letting go. So, and it's like, it's like the ego is so sensitive, cannot handle any kind of negativity, or any kind of like saying something bad. But, it's okay to, if you, how do you say, if you can see this in a positive way and accept it voluntarily. This is a principle of bodhicitta, is whatever suffering we accept kind of voluntarily or with kind of openness, this becomes a big blessing. Do you understand? But whatever suffering we reject, or we resist, then that becomes more suffering. So all suffering, all kind of bad things, including if people talk bad about us, or if whatever they do to us, if we accept this kind of with openness, if we accept this, whatever suffering, whatever bad things in life, all the suffering with openness and awareness, this becomes a blessing. Everything, all the suffering, it becomes a very big blessing. But if we resist, or if we we resist the suffering, and we don't want the suffering, then this becomes more suffering. So the point is the amount. The awareness is upjang somer, like the purification of karma. Awareness is purification of karma. However, how deep is your awareness? Depends. Like the purification is according to how deep your suffering is. Your awareness is. So your awareness is a little bit kind of not very deep, then the purification is not very deep. Like, for example, awareness, we can be aware just in the head, right? Just kind of like, intellectually aware. The purification is very slight, very small. But if we're aware deep within our heart, then this purification is very big. You understand? Like we have this kind of deep kind of conviction or acknowledgement, then the purification is very big. But if the awareness is a little bit shallow, then the purification is not very, it's not very, very much. So, okay, next question. 화남은 용수를 통해 극복하려고 하셨는데, 그럼 두려움, 무서움 어떻게 극복하면 좋을까요? So the question is how to overcome like anxiety and fear. Everybody has fear. Fear is based on is illogical. Is illogical. It's not very rational. Fear is kind of like delusion. We have this kind of fear of something happening. Something will happen bad, right? It's not based on kind of reason. So what helps the fear or the anxiety is reason, reason. Like, for example, what do you have fear of? You fear maybe you will, in your old age, let's say, you won't have money. People have this kind of fear, right? We won't have money in our old age, But even if you don't have money in your old age, so what? You'll be okay. We'll be okay, We'll survive, right? We can eat. Anyway, so like this. It's like this. This is very important. We have to understand that whatever happens to us in life, we'll be okay. We're going to die, all of us. But that also will be okay, and then we'll be reborn again. I mean, it's okay. This fear is irrational. There's no reason. There's no real good reason for it. So whatever happens in life, we'll be okay. We get divorced, we'll be okay. We get sick, we'll be okay. We don't have money, we'll be okay. This is rational thinking. Human beings can handle this kind of difficulties very well. Human beings, we can handle. So this kind of rational thinking is very helpful for the fear and anxiety, the rational thinking. So next question. Next question is space or making space was really helpful. A great secret of Buddhism to lead happiness out of cocoons of suffering. No question about this.
Cocoon. Correction
cocoon.
of English. Cocoons.
Cocoons. Yeah. But this one is not a question, I think, just a comment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So next question, how can I overcome the scary? Okay, I think I answered this question. How much meditation on the cushion do I need to do every day? Or meditation in the, otherwise, is there any way to substitute meditation in daily life? Meditation we have to do in the two kinds of ways. One is on the cushion, and the other one is in everyday life, doing dishes, doing household work, walking, taking the subway. So this is two ways. One is the sitting meditation, and the other one is everyday life. And sitting meditation, in order to make a habit of sitting meditation, you have to start very, very short time, like 10 minutes every day. But you do that for 2 months, and then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, like this, little bit every, this, then it becomes a habit. Then it's very easy to do sitting meditation. And then after 1 year, we'll be able to sit maybe 1 hour every day, but don't start now 1 hour every day. Then you can only do it for a few days, right? So you just start with very short time, like 10 minutes every day. You do that for 2 months, just 10 minutes. And then 15 minutes after 2 months. Then after 2 months to 20 minutes, like this, or 25 minutes. So in an everyday situation, we have to be aware every day, like talking, walking, sitting, this kind of thing. We have to we have to have awareness. In order to have awareness in everyday life, the most important thing is the intention to be aware, intention to be awake, like intention to be awake during the, like doing dishes, intention to be awake during the subway ride, this kind of thing. So intention creates experience. So intention is vital. We have to have the intention to be mindful. So, okay. Next question. Okay, this person gave me, okay. Let's see. 요즘 고민 중 사안이 어떤 사람들이 뒤에서 제 뒷말을 할 때 저는 그냥 둡니다. 가서 따지거나 싸우지 않고 그냥 두거든요. 그럼 대부분 먼지가 사라지고 깨끗해집니다. 굳이 누가 나쁘다, 안 나쁘다라고 가려낼 필요가 없거든요. 헌데 최근 또 그런 사람이 나타났는데 제 앞에서 웃으면서 다른 사람 앞에서 저에 대해서 험담을 걱정되라면서 하는 거죠. 신경 쓰지 않았는데 그게
이렇게 쓰는 가운데서
1년이 넘게
마음이 좀
밀리고
푸는 거예요. 쓰는 가운데 이 정도 쓸 정도 쓰는 과정이 마음을 푸는 과정이에요.
제가 얘기를 하자고 했었는데 그때는 술을 마시고 나타났어요. 그 언니랑 얘기를
물론이죠.
깊게 못했지만 제 얘기는 계속
아니요. 지금 엔서가 안 된.
돌고 있는 것을 그룹 챗에 봐서 또 다시 얘기를 해야 할까요? 아니면 어느 때처럼 그냥 넘어가야 할까요? 그러니까 이게 케이스 바이 케이스인 것 같아요. 이게 이제 뭐랄까 이런 아인슈타인 이런 말을 했어요. 그 약한 사람은 복수를 하고 강한 사람은 용서를 하고 현명한 사람은 개의치 않는다. 그래서 개의치 않을 수 있으면 그냥 이렇게 내려놓을 수 있으면 그냥 뭐 신경 안 쓸 수 있으면 그게 최고예요. 왜 신경 안 쓸 필요가 있냐? 이게 바로 그 공성 때문이에요. 공 때문에. 이게 다 이런 말이 이게 우리가 있는 일은 없거든요. 만든 일밖에 없어요. 제가 한국말 하고 있네. 진짜 갑자기. Okay. So, did you understand that? So Einstein said this. He said that weak people, they take revenge. Strong people, they forgive. And wise person, he just doesn't care, So the best thing is not to care, not just leave it alone, Because why? Because everything is emptiness. Emptiness means that there's never anything that really exists. There's only thing that we make up. So if we don't make anything of it, it's nothing. Every suffering is made in our head. Every kind of suffering. That person is bad person, don't make that. That person is good person, don't make that. That person is, 물론, of course, seeing well of, seeing the good in others is very important. But if we can just not make anything, with our thinking, then there's no problem. There's no problem, because everything is emptiness. So every suffering is just made by the mind. Every suffering, like every kind of grudge, every kind of. So if you don't make anything, no problem. So this is in Zen they call don't know mind, right? Don't know mind. Just don't make anything. And then but sometimes the situation is very, very extreme, and this person is maybe harming others, then take action, do something about it. Sometimes we need to do that. Okay, next question. Any other questions? I think that's the last question. Okay. Oh, maybe here's one more. 자책, 자기 비하 등 감정을 어떻게 해결하는 것이 좋을까요? So we have to learn. This is a big problem, right? It's like we're not very kind to ourselves. We're not very we have lots of like we're very critical and we're very harsh to oneself, and sometimes we hate oneself. We hate yourself. This is very, very how do you say? It's not very good. So in psychology they say self-love is the opposite of selfishness. So we need self-love. Self-love. And how do you love yourself? The way to love yourself is to be okay with your shortcomings. To not have a problem with your shortcomings. Not have problem with your laziness, not have problem with your attachment, not have problem with your anger. You know, we all have anger, we all have attachment, we all have laziness, but we can live with them. This is the point, is we can live with all of our shortcomings harmoniously, you know. And what happens when you live with your shortcomings harmoniously? We're happy, we're content, and we're free. That's it. I have many problems. I'm very lazy. I have lots of attachments. You know, I have lots of how do you say, people I don't like. You know, I'm very critical. You know, but I don't have problems with these things. I don't have problem with my attachment. I don't have problem with my criticism. I don't have problem with my laziness. I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? That is the freedom. That is the peace. And that is what is meant by self-love. And in so doing, what happens is we change. We change automatically. Kind of like naturally, we change. You know, we try to change ourselves. We beat ourselves over the head. You know, we're very unkind to ourselves. We don't tolerate ourselves. We're very critical of ourselves. We never change. This is not a very good method. You know? So the way to change is to be kind to oneself. And what that means is learning to live with our shortcomings, harmoniously, not having problems, you know, with our laziness. Of course, we want to be free from our laziness. We want to be free from our shortcomings. We don't have to think like that. That's very natural. You know, we don't have to remind ourselves, oh, I don't want to be lazy. We know that. I don't want to get angry. We know that. No need to remind yourself. This is something, you know, we all know, you know. So we have to learn to live with our shortcomings, and we have to be kind to our shortcomings. That is what is meant by being kind to oneself, or being gentle to oneself, is we have to be kind to our shortcomings, to our faults, to our habits. And then what? Then we're happy. Then we're at peace with oneself. Would you like to be peace with oneself? Or would you like to always be in conflict with yourself, always fighting yourself? What do you want? We want to be happy. We want to be at peace with oneself, right? We want to get along with ourselves, no? We want to be good friend to ourselves, no? So that means we have to be kind to our shortcomings and our habits. And in so doing, it's very easily we become we get rid of our shortcomings in a very natural way. We become free from our shortcomings in a very natural way. So 2 more questions. Okay. I have 2 ambivalent thoughts about practice. I know that life is short and I need to practice here and now. On the other hand, I find that I enjoy suffering and being lazy. How can I overcome this laziness and ignorance? So the important thing is the practice is done naturally, natural practice. We have to respect our limitations. We cannot become Buddha, you know, just because we want to, you know, or we cannot let's say we cannot we have to respect our limitations. So we have to practice naturally. In other words, do what we can and be happy with what we can do, you know, and respect our situation in life, and respect our situation with others, and do what we can in that situation. Yeah, you're lazy, I'm lazy, so it's okay, you know. But maybe become more aware in your laziness a little bit, and just, you know, laziness. The way to deal with laziness is the middle way. In other words, when we feel lazy, don't be too lazy, but yet don't deny your laziness. Like, don't fight your laziness. Be lazy, but just 적당히 lazy. Like, how do you say 적당히? Like,
Properly?
huh? Properly? No. Like, moderately. Okay, moderately. Sorry. Be lazy moderately. You know what I'm saying? Be little, not too much, not too little. This is the point. Also the alcohol, not too much, and not at all. Not at all is also sometimes not very kind, you know. So moderation is the virtue. And moderation brings the how do you say? We become naturally. When we practice moderation, we naturally become free from our bad habits. Little by little, we become free from our bad habits. So moderation is the key. 직업 윤리에 관해 말씀해 주실 수 있나요? 돈을 버는 방법에 제 자신에게 떳떳한 것 같지 못할 때는 어떻게 할까요? 예를 들어 주식이나 노동에 비해 쉽게 돈을 버는 것에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요? Can you tell us about the professional ethics? I mean, yeah, I mean when we try to make money, there's nothing wrong with making money, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with pursuing, how do you say, profit and so forth, as long as we don't cause harm or deceit. We don't cause harm to others, or we're not deceptive. This is the point. Because what happens when we are deceptive and we are greedy is it helps us in the short run, but in the long run, there's always loss. You know, I mean, you look at the IMF or the kind of financial crisis, all of this is caused by greed and deception. So the greed does not pay off in the long run. In the short run, yes, you know, but in the long run, it does not pay off. So ethics is very profitable for us, actually, to practice ethics in the long run. And, you know, and try to practice contentment. This is the true rich, isn't it? I mean, like, our aim should not be making money, but we can make money, but our aim should be contentment. But in the process, we can make money. It's okay. Actually, contentment brings more wealth. Do you know this? You know, if we're always seeking, this money kind of goes away. But if we are content, then the money comes, kind of follows, or how do you say, knocks at the door, kind of, so to speak. So it's better to practice contentment rather than always chasing after money, because money is not based on like a know-how. It's mostly related to our karma. So it's, you know, it's better to practice contentment and generosity. Okay, so this, I think, thank you so much. It's very nice to, how do you say, speak in English for, since a long time I haven't spoken in English. So it's very nice to, how do you say, give this Dharma talk in English. And because I don't really get to practice English very much. I don't have any friends, actually, not many who speak English here. And I don't really have many friends, actually, but and then also I don't get to speak in English, and I certainly don't get to teach in English very often, except for when the IDIA invites me. So thank you very much for inviting me, and it's very nice to speak in English again. And it's been a while. Now it's like my English is a bit rusty. But anyway, so thank you so much. It's good to see all the 주미 보살님 and 이상현 씨 and 오래간만에 it's very nice to see everyone. Also our Dharma instructor friends. So thank you so much. Okay. You want to do your closing?
Thank you very much for giving us. Yeah, thank you very much for giving us a wonderful Dharma talk. Now we end the Q&A session. Let's bow to Venerable Yongsu Sunim 3 times. Next, we will have time for Shakyamuni Buddha chanting. Now we close the meeting with the 4 great vows. Repeat after me. The 4 great vows. I vow to save all beings.
I vow to save all beings.
I vow to end all sufferings.
I vow to end all suffering.
I vow to learn all Dharma teachings.
I vow to learn all Dharma teachings.
I vow to attain enlightenment.
I vow to attain enlightenment.
Now we conclude today's Buddhist ceremony. Thank you everybody for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
지혜림 보살님 오랜만이요.
네.
마이크 껐어.
네.
아, 저기서 들었어. 여기서 들었는데.
나는 안 보일까요?
방금 문영 교사님이 말씀하셨습니다.
아, 예. 아니. 네, 회장님.
네?
지금 말하시는 분들 인터뷰를 하려고 했더니 끊어진 것 같아요.
아니요, 지금 아직도 계세요. 이중익 포교사님.
한번
지금 이중익 포교사님 저기 무슨 신문이죠? 법보신문에서 인터뷰를 하자입니다. 온 스팟. 놀라셨죠? 하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 법보신문 김민아 기자라고 하는데요.
네.
오늘 이렇게 온라인으로 법에 참여하신 소감 어떠신가요?
너무 새롭습니다. 오랜만에 그 영어법회를 해가지고 제 귀가 뻥 뚫린 것 같아요. 용수 스님도 살이 찌셨네요. 코로나 때문에 그러신지. 그래서 모두 스크린으로나마 이렇게 2021년도에 만나 뵙게 돼서 정말 반가웠습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네.
네, 감사합니다. 혹시 몇 기이신가요?
14기입니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네.
거기 앱슬트잖아. 이게 앱슬트 아니 오늘 쉽지. 이거 들어주고 나서.
예, 그러면 회의 종료하겠습니다. 네, 회의 종료하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다.